told by the police then that hoodlums attempted to take over the Secretariat, and they had to get involved and chased everybody away. And ever since then, according to what I'm being told, ever since then, the Ikwerre local government secretariat has been under lock and key. Now, I wonder if there is something that we are not in the know of. The police may not have made, I don't know, to the best of my knowledge, they have not said any other thing apart from the statement they put out about hoodlums trying to take advantage of situations in Ikwerre local government and destroying and looting the Ikwerre local government secretariat. But let's go on a trip way back in time, not very much way back, so to say, but to October the 7th, when hoodlums attempted to destroy, even attempted arson on the local government secretariat because of local government elections that held October the 5th. Now, at the time, you would remember, there were those arguments. I remember the week before the October the 5th local government election on the show, we had the RESEC publicity, what's that title now? Commissioner for, I can't remember, one of the commissioners, but his job, of course, has to do with public education. And we had him, I think at Tobin's, if I remember very well. We had him on the show, and we the argument at the time was, did INEC give them the register or not? Because there was the court judgment by Peter Leafu. Was it Peter Leafu now? I can't remember the names. I'm getting it all mixed up. Forgive me. But yeah, there was that judgment that said, INEC don't give them the voters register. Police do not, police the election. Same with other security. I think just the police. I think that's one of the things that they said. And some people were arguing the elections are illegal. The elections are illegal. The elections are illegal. However, the government of Rivers State, alongside RESEC, went ahead to conduct the election. And as it stands, there is no judgment stopping or declaring that election illegal, to the best of my knowledge, once again. Now, the last I remembered, the special panel of the Court of Appeal last week, was it on Friday or was it on Thursday? On Thursday it was, 22nd, right? Said that the High Court was in the wrong to have done what it did because it did not have the jurisdiction. So as it is, I can argue that the local government elections are recognized. Now, until I think some matters are in court as to whether the processes that were supposed to be followed were duly followed, whether things were done the right way, that is in court. We're not going to delve into any of that. But as it stands, like I've said, there is no law or no judgment kicking the local government elections aside in Rivers State. So the question is, why should the police still be barricading Ikwerre local government secretariat? Because now, from what I've gathered, I put a call across to the chief of staff earlier today. He was in a meeting, so I dropped a text message asking him, and he replied. His reply didn't really, give me the understanding and knowledge I was looking for. So I called a colleague of mine who was a reporter, and I asked him, and he said, yes, the police very well. Very well is what the chief of staff used, but I'm using it now. The police very well still occupies the Ikwerre local government secretariat. And so the first question in my head is, why? Why? And the reason for the conversation is that hopefully we can stir the right institutions, we can stir the right agencies, to the leaderships of these institutions and agencies to do the right thing, or at least inform Rivers people as to why issues like this persist. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Because we just talked about the civil service, right? And we talked about how it is all for the people. It is basically ensuring that the people get the right services, the dividends of democracy. And in this case, it is the local government. The local government is the closest government to the people. And if the local government cannot function, it means that the civil service, to an extent at that local level, can also not function. And the dividends of democracy cannot get to the people. So what are your thoughts? I do believe in many other local governments, the 22 other local governments, governance started. I'm not going to go into the conversation as to whether their services or their leadership or governance is top notch. I'm not going to measure it, not now, maybe sometime later. But as of now, I'm focused on the police barricade of the Ikwerre Local Government Secretariat. I'm not from Ikwerre. I do not have a relative from Ikwerre. I'm not dating someone from Ikwerre. I do not have any benefits from Ikwerre. But, when we look at the issues like this, it forestalls further occurrences or occurrences like this in the future. So let's go to the phone lines. Let's get your thoughts and let's talk for development. What do you think could be the reason? If it is political, I thought we all agreed that we're waiting for the courts to dish out judgments, because now there is a special court of appeal, a panel that is looking at all the political cases and revisited. I thought we all agreed to that. As well, it looks like there is, a speedy hearing at the federal high court level, and I don't think there's any at the state court level. I stand to be corrected. However, we're seeing a speedy look at some of the issues, if not all of the issues, that has to do with reverse politics. Now, for instance, we were told not too long ago, I think sometime last week, that a federal high court has set a date, has reserved a date for judgment January 2025. We were also told that the Court of Appeal did postpone, postponed an issue to 22nd of January because lawyers were arguing, PDP lawyers were arguing as to who should represent the PDP in that matter, and so that matter was postponed to January. However, they also, I think, reserved judgment for a particular matter. I'm trying to remember the matter now, and it's also going to come in a date they will communicate to the parties involved. So if all of these cases are playing out the way they're playing out in the courts, why is the police still barricading? That's a very good question, for the sake of our brothers living in that local government, for the sake of businesses in that local government. Let's have a conversation. And I want to be educated, because my understanding, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a policeman, I'm not a security agent, and I do not have any expertise in security matters, but I do understand that the police is saddled with responsibility of protecting the property and the life of an individual, every individual, as a matter of fact. Is this protection in any way? Is it that they have an intelligent report that we do not know about? And if that is, do you think they have communicated it in the right way? I mean, we're being told that police is our friend. Have they acted like our friend? And once again, this is not criticism. This is a conversation for development. I'm sorry if you see this as criticism. It's not the intent. It's not the intention at all. So I'm going to go to the phone lines at this point. I want to hear from you. I hope you can, satisfy my curiosity with the answers you have in your mind. Right, to the phone line, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0007. But Your Excellencies, in the life of our Governor of Rivers State, I'm wondering why your office as well has been quiet as to the happenings in that local government area. Your Excellency, Barrister Bossi, I'm also Israel Bossi, I believe. I'm also curious as to why there is not much noise coming from your office as to educate, inform Rivers people as to the happenings in that local government. Why is that local government secretariat? I do agree with you, Liberty Gosa from London. I do agree with you that it would have been better to invite the police bureau in River State to answer for themselves. But I can't have guests for the time being. I don't know why, but that's all I'm going to say. I can't have guests for the time being. So I'm going to have the conversation with you, the listener, and let's try to pick your brain. Let's get your 2 cents and what you think the matter is in Ikwerre local government area. I've got Michael from Aba. Michael, welcome. Let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
I think with every indication, the continuous occupation of the Ikwerre local government is political.
Well, why? Why do you say so?
Because we know the past local government chairman of Ikwerre, his action, his ways towards the election and the move of Governor Ikwerre.
But he doesn't have the power, Michael. Michael, like I said, there is no. Go ahead.
He still command power and respect in that local government.
So the police. Are you saying the police? Are you saying the police would respect?
They are taking orders from him. It's obvious. You can remember that incident in Abuja, how he commanded the Abuja police command to arrest some.
That's a different situation. There was a petition, but this time.
So, it has a political undertone. Right. And in fact, I want to. I'm doubting why the duly elected local government chairman of Ikwerre has not gone to court to protect that occupation of the police.
All right.
He should go to court, and the police have to explain why they are still occupying there.
All right.
I think the local government itself has its own security architecture in that local government. They should be the ones to invite police when there is any breakdown, of order in the secretariat. So it's uncalled for.
All right.
They have to do something so that the civil servants will go back to their thing, and do their work, which they are being paid for.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Isaiah from Buguma. Isaiah, welcome.
Yes, Kalada.
Welcome.
The police ordinarily will always say that their interest is generally for the public, but when you see it in these very issues, you find out that it is the interests of one single individual who boasted that he is still in office due to the perceived or ill-conceived position of the state assembly, former assembly members, who he feels that has extended his tenure for 6 months. And that is, they are protecting him. Maybe let's see whether after the expiration of the 6 months. Because I don't get this whole thing. Making an entire year to look as if everybody is weak or helpless, or maybe putting them under slavery in the midst of a 23 LGA. You now cage one LGA. No reasons positive given on that regard. Making Rivers people to know what is the offense of this law. What is actually happening there that Rivers people do not know. And to make us inform us on the happenings in that local government, so that while you are there, we will not know the visage of that local government and what warrants it. You see, the governor of the state is a very peaceful man, and his peaceful nature is the only one fighting for him. And you don't expect him to dabble into every issue.
When you say, I'm sorry. Being peaceful is different from safeguarding the people. I mean, the desires, the property, the rights of the people of Ikwerre local government area.
To the level the governor has safeguarded the people of Rivers State and their interests thereof, he speaks volume for him.
All right.
So we don't know. We are still asking because you can't take that kind of thing that is happening there to aside.
All right, Isaiah, I've got to go. I've got to go. Thank you very much. It's almost time for a commercial. When I do come back, we'll X-ray this further. We'll look deeper into it, and I like to get your thoughts. Really, I like. But let's go for this commercial. When we do return, to stay tuned. p.m. Good afternoon, I believe it is. And yes, you're still listening to Hard Facts. And the conversation before that long commercial still remains the same. I mean, it was about the Ikwerre Local Government Secretariat being under lock and key. And I'm asking the question, why? If there is no argument as to the local government elections anymore, I mean, apart from those challenging it in court, waiting, of course, for the court judgments and all, why is the police still barricading? And why Ikwerre Local Government? What's so special about Ikwerre Local Government? And these are some of the questions in my head. But while I was on that commercial, I finally got the response from the Chief of Staff to the Ikwerre Local Government. And this is what he had to say, his reply. Yes, the council is still locked and is still under lock and key by the policemen. Sorry, I haven't responded to your message. Okay, he said he was in a scheduled town hall meeting in the local government. This is what he said.
Time, please. Those policemen are still there. He's under lock and key up till now. Please, sir.
All right, so that's Dr. Wichendu is the Chief of Staff, and he's saying they're still there. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Let's get your thoughts in this talk for development. 0809-030-6416 is the WhatsApp number. Okay, let's hear what you think and what your thoughts are as it relates to these very development, right? But let's see. Before I get your call screened, I'm going to WhatsApp and I'm reading this message. It says, good day. The barricade of Ikwerre Local Government Council Secretariat by the Nigeria Police is purely political. The actions of the immediate past local government chairman of Ikwerre before and after the local government election was nothing to write home about. He was bragging, is still in charge. Somebody that has completed his 3 years. This is unacceptable. Let Nigeria Police continue the barricade at Ikwerre Local Government Council Secretariat. You said let them continue. Is that what you're saying? But I've got JJ calling from Port Harcourt Township. JJ, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yeah, Kalada, I greet you this evening.
I greet you right back.
Kalada, I don't know. First, there was no order. The entire 23 local government was shut or filled up by Kayode Egbetekun. And what really followed again, I think if you ask me, if you want me to look at the political economy of what happened on the 7th, I will also tell you that monkey hand feed for the pot of soup at the end of the day. Now, let's talk about what is happening on Ikwerre local government right now. You have LMA was attacked. LMA Secretariat was attacked. Emoha was attacked, right? And maybe part of it set on fire. Then you have Ikwerre too, that is also attacked. Then you have Aoda East and Obiakpo were attacked. But this one, there was no more damages. These other 3, Ikwerre, LMA, and Emoha, you have small damages and all those. All these areas were not barricaded, were not blocked, were not occupied by the police. Why only Ikwerre? Could
it be there is an intelligence that we don't have? Could that be the case?
See.
Summarize.
Yeah. The other day, our people went to Abuja, and the former chairman of Ikwerre local government was the one leading police to arrest our people, including the now mayor of Port Harcourt City, Ishemati. You understand me? And you granted interview to eyewitnesses and all those. What are they up to? Is it that this guy has become commander of police? Or maybe the IGP of police, Kayode Egbetekun, is interested in becoming a local government chairman? If he's interested, Kalada, I am volunteering right now that if he's interested, I will buy the form for him to come.
All right, I've got to go, JJ.
No, what I'm trying to say now,
I've got to go.
I can't wrap my head around why local government should be locked down.
All right. I've got Gift from Yenigua. Gift, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Kalada.
Yeah, I greet you, Gift.
The police mentioned the name of the Cameroon in any of your the stories here.
No, not at all. And that's why I've been trying to explain to people. Yeah. What's your point?
There are some certain things we should just respect ourselves. As far as I'm concerned, if police is there, you who is claiming to be the elected local government chairman, because as far as I'm concerned, from my own end, already Chief Tony Okosha have gone to Supreme Court concerning this recent judgment that you quoted. So I don't see those people as even local government chairmen as far as the law is concerned from my end. So Simon Wonosike is not part of any discussion here. So go and meet police and tell police to vacate the place. And if police is occupying that place, just like what you're saying, if they have their own intelligence, it was the same way that cried and complained, why must the police leave that on the 7th before that attack took place? The same way are complaining, why is police in that place up till now? I don't know what we really want in this society. Go and talk to the Abosi or Oposi, I don't know his name. He's the one claiming to be chairman. Play your role. Is
he claiming or he is the chairman? I mean, let's say things as they are.
He's not the chairman.
Until there is a judgment, I don't think you can say that.
But wait now, the one that Martin Shika Mewile from day one has been getting judgment. I think we are thinking.
But there is the matter of defection to be handled, and that's why I'm saying wait for the judgment.
The defection matter, whether to handle or not to handle, as long as the court has said this.
I mean, I've always argued that, but we would wait for the courts. Basically, that's what it is.
So let's wait for the court until they confirm that this people are the chairman.
Okay,
they are not any local government chairman.
All right, then. All right. Thank you very much. Moving on. Let's come here. It's really interesting how we've not politicized the conversation. I'm just wondering why the police, who is the friends of people in Ikwerre local government area, is occupying, barricading, and stopping them from accessing their secretariat. At least if there is a germane reason, the people should be told. Let's come here. It says Transparency International defines corruption as the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. What has been witnessed at the Ikwerre LJ is a testament to the endemicity of corrupt. Is that what you meant to say? Endemicity, okay, I'll have to check that word. Endemicity of corruption in Nigeria, especially the police force, and the fight by a dictator and his henchmen to hold on to power. This battle is necessary. I don't need to mention names, the public knows. Donny. Okay, Donny, thank you. I've got to go. It's time for another commercial. Apologies, I keep breaking up the conversations, but we'll talk some more after the break, I guess.